constant military threat to Taiwan, even though Taiwan has become a highly democratic and free country.
I have done so with people in my heart. I know that
in June 1995, former President Lee Teng-hui returned to his alma mater, Cornell University, in a private capacity to give a speech. No one expected the move to enrage China and light the fuse of the Taiwan Strait crisis. The following month, China fired 6 M9 missiles into the sea north of Taiwan, setting off a crisis of confidence in Taiwan and causing the stock market to plummet. Six months later, just before Taiwan held its first ever presidential election, China fired 4 more missiles close to Taiwan. The attempt to intimidate Taiwan influenced the results of the election. The 4 M9 missiles were fired from China's Hunan province. 3 of them landed in their target area off the coast of Kaohsiung. The remaining missile almost flew over Taipei's airspace before landing in the sea off Keelung. The closest missile landed only 55 kilometers from Taiwan. On that day, China's state television news highlighted in its top story the favorable conditions for the use of military force against Taiwan.
千军万马渡海峡，空中硝烟弥漫，海上水柱冲天，扫雷舰猎潜艇奋勇当先。
China has continued to expand its military power over the past 10 years. In its 2003 report to the U.S. Congress on the military capabilities of the People's Liberation Army, the U.S. Department of Defense officially mentioned for the first time China's deployment of missiles targeting Taiwan. As of 2006, China has deployed over 800 missiles in coastal regions. The number is increasing by more than 100 missiles per year.
We will also be especially sensitive to how this buildup relates to its situation with Taiwan, whether it presents any new threat to Taiwan, and we'll look at that carefully.
You know, we condemn this idea, but some guy in the world treats Taiwan as if it's one of their states, and even more important than any of their states.
In its efforts to gain air supremacy over the Taiwan Strait, China reproduced several airports identical to Taiwan's Tianquan Airport and carried out simulated attacks. Another Taiwan Strait crisis may be triggered at any time. With their lives and property under threat, the 23 million people of Taiwan joined hands in a demonstration of their stance.
要把我们的声音告诉全世界。
因为我们只有一个台湾，小孩子就是台湾的希望啊，所以一定要让他们一起。
不要丢子弹。
归也会。 Since no nation threatens China, one must wonder why this growing investment, why these continuing large and expensive armed purchases.
That would be a war, frankly, whose repercussions would be felt for a generation, and there would be no winners, regardless of who declared victory.
China's aggressive stance has plunged the Asia-Pacific region into crisis, the effects of which have been felt by people all over the world. Singapore received information and assistance from World Health Organization experts in early March 2003 to help keep the effects of SARS to a minimum. Taiwan had to wait until 7 weeks after its outbreak of SARS before getting a helping hand from the WHO.
邀请台湾参与 WHO 是欲法不服、于理不容、于情不合。中国政府坚决反对任何类似的提案。
Healthcare is a basic human right, but Taiwan's applications to join the World Health Assembly as an observer are rejected year after year. Taiwan is missing from the WHO's map of the world, creating a gap in its epidemic prevention system. Established 50 years ago, the WHO consists of 192 member states. But as soon as China raised an objection, a hole appeared in the global defense against disease. Taiwan is now not only concerned about China's ruthless oppression, but is also worried that China's bird flu outbreak may engulf Taiwan.
Clear that Taiwan's contributions can be very, very significant to the World Health Organization. The level of scientific research, the level of the national health care system that Taiwan has, all that that country has given to its people, it would also like to share with the world.
Disease knows no boundaries, and despite its international isolation, Taiwan has never neglected to offer a helping hand to neighboring countries. In September 2005, united in their efforts against bird flu, Taiwan gave Vietnam 600,000 doses of Tamiflu.
It is not a treaty, it is not an international agreement, it is not and does not purport to be a statement of law or of legal obligation. It is a declaration of basic principles of human rights and freedoms.